Royal Mail Group has worked with national charity Mental Health Foundation to produce a series of short films about mental health and well-being for staff. This film introduces the idea of mental health and how to recognise distress in yourself or others.
Mental health is something that we all have. We can all feel down, we can all feel good in ourselves. It doesn't mean mental ill health, and often people assume the term mental health means mental illness. When you might want to seek help is if you're actually feeling that you're struggling over a very long period of time, or actually you're feeling it's having a real impact in your life.
I was probably in my mid-20s when I first started to realise I was struggling. I felt that there was lots of expectations. There was expectations from family, work and colleagues, and I just struggled to be able to cope with all of those pressures going on.
A real cause of concern is relationships, being alone and feeling lonely. And that stress can build up for some people. Without the right support and without the right help, then for some people that can become more distressing, and at that point people can really feel that they're struggling to cope.
I started to get really anxious about situations that started to make me feel down, and that led to me experiencing greater levels of depression. It got as bad as it could get.
It's much more common than people think. 1 in 4 of the population is our best estimate in terms of who will experience a mental health problem. And that's the people that actually come forward and ask for support. That's not all the people that are out there who are struggling, who may actually benefit from talking to someone or from a bit of additional help. So if you've been lucky enough to not be one of the 1 in 4, then there's a very good chance that somebody close to you will. So it might be your friend, it might be your colleague, it might be a family member. It can be difficult to come forward and ask for support. People worry about being judged, and they worry about showing a sign of weakness and showing that they actually need support. But often that can be inside people's own heads. Equally, stigma that can often act as a key barrier to help seeking and stop people coming forward. People can feel quite a degree of shame about having a mental health problem, and that degree of shame can sometimes mean, and particularly so for men, that they don't come forward and ask for help.
I felt that it was something wrong with me. I should be able to cope with these feelings, and if I spoke to other people, then they would probably treat me differently. They'd judge me. They'd start to react differently towards me.
That can sometimes lead to coping in ways that aren't particularly helpful.
Drinking didn't help. It was a way of avoiding the issues rather than tackling what was going on. It actually made things much worse.
It might mean eating the wrong foods, it might mean isolating yourself and sitting inside your own head worrying about things.
I started avoiding friends, making excuses not to go along to things. I really just didn't want to face people.
If you are worried about someone that you work with, the very first step is to ask, how are you feeling? When someone starts to struggle with their mental health, the relief of actually having someone notice and share that they've noticed, and to give you a chance to talk about how you feel, can be enormous.
Talking to someone, there was an immediate effect to my well-being. It felt as though all of the pressure that I'd been holding on to was beginning to be released.
It's important to ask for help and support, and to know that you can do that confidentially. You can talk to your line manager, you can talk to your HR manager, or if you're really concerned, you can talk to your GP.
Having something like a workplace wellbeing program would have helped me recognise that I wasn't alone, would have given me an opportunity to talk to someone, to explain what was going on for me, to not feel as though I was alone, and to be there to offer me some support and guidance.
It's important to have a mentally healthy workplace because we all spend so much time at our work. It's a place where we often meet our friends, it's a place where we come to earn money, but we have status, a sense of ourselves.
What keeps me healthy today is keeping a social life, doing things that I actively enjoy in life, making time for me. Life's good.